You know those bands that everyone keeps recommending you, but every time someone brings them up, you're like, whatever. And when they ask you, so you're gonna give them a listen, you respond with, yeah, I will. But deep down, you know you ain't. Well, what I just described was me with this underground band. I don't really know if you heard about it. It's called something like Queen. You probably don't know it. First of all, I know every single person watching this is wondering, why the fuck are you making this video? And to that I say, I don't know. Nah, but for real, I find this story to be kinda ironic, and I think that everyone can learn at least something from it, so why not make a video about it? Our story starts back in 2022, in the summer to be exact. As one day, me and my friend were walking and talking about, and you guessed it, music. So unexpected. And as we were talking about some random artists, my friend asked me, you ever listen to Queen? And of course I knew the hits like Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and another one Bites the Dust, but I never really did like a deep dive into their discography. And that's basically what I said to him. And immediately after hearing that, my friend went into a crazy explanation mode about how Queen is the greatest band ever. When he finished with his mini essay, he asked me the question, will you give them a listen? And I responded with something like, yeah, I will sometime in the future. But in reality, I wasn't. Because at the time I was more interested in other bands like Radiohead and The Microphones. I couldn't be asked to give Queen a chance. After that, I kind of forgot about all that and continued living my life as normal. Well, I'm kinda lying, not really, cause every now and then I kinda got tempted to give Queen a chance, but ultimately, nothing ever happened. The next time I saw my friend, he asked me, so, you listen to Queen? And I jokingly brushed it off and said, nah. But when I looked at his face, it seemed like he didn't find that very funny. Then again, he started a year-long explanation about why Queen is the greatest thing to ever happen. While he was talking, I was thinking of an excuse to say as to why I can't listen to them. And I quickly came up with some absolute BS. When he was done with his year-long tantrum, he once again asked me the question. So you're gonna give them a listen? I responded to him with that BS I came up like 2 minutes prior, and I think he knew that I was lying, but he eventually gave up for that day. But every other time I saw him after that day, he made sure to mention how I should listen to Queen and how great they are. But he wasn't the only person that was encouraging me to listen to the band, because my parents were also like practically begging me to listen to Queen. Well, okay, not really begging, but you know what I mean. They were a lot more chill about it, but they were still trying, don't get me wrong. Until the end of 2022, almost every day I was somehow reminded to give Queen a chance. Then 2022 ended and we entered 2023. A big thing that I managed to do in January of this year was introducing that annoying ass friend to Kanye's music. Prior to him liking Kanye's music, he wasn't really a fan. He knew some hits, but that was really it. So when I managed to persuade him into listening to Kanye, I was really happy about that. And at the same time, I was kinda hoping that he would stop with all the Queen glazing. But surprise, surprise, he didn't. He was still bugging me to listen to Queen. Then after some time, I kinda felt shitty because my friend actually listened to me and gave Kanye's music a chance, but I didn't do the same with Queen. And that fact was kinda bothering me for some time. And on the 5th of April, I finally caved in, when me and my friend were walking home and he said to me, you really should give Queen a chance. So after all this time I said, you know what, I will. And when I arrived home, I put on A Night at the Opera. And after the album ended, I was very pleased. The next day, I talked with my friend about the album and I decided that I would listen to all of Queen's discography. And that was pretty much what I did. After that, I spent a whole month going through Queen's catalog. And now, the real question. What do I think of Queen? Well, they don't have the greatest discography, but they don't have a single bad album. Yes, Hot Space isn't bad. They aren't the greatest band ever, but some things are definitely undeniable. Freddie Mercury is one of my favorite vocalists of all time, I think, And I have to mention this, but the way they treated his vocals on some of their early albums is so good. And let's not lie to each other, they really do have some of the best and some of the most iconic songs in their catalog. Their hits are some of the best ever, and some of their deep cuts are also brilliant. But like others, I'm not the biggest fan of their later albums when they go into a more dance/disco sound, but overall they are a pretty great band. And you definitely can't deny their influence in music. So yeah, it's safe to say that now I am a fan of the band. In fact, I'm such a huge fan that recently I went to a Queen tribute concert of some sort, so here's some footage that I recorded. It's crazy how I went from a Queen non-believer to a Queen fan. And if I want to accomplish something with this video, it would be to convince at least someone watching this to listen. Not to me, not even to Queen, but to others. Because if someone you know is constantly encouraging you to listen to an artist that you don't know, maybe listen to that person and give that artist a shot. Because who knows, maybe that exact artist will become your new favorite thing. And no, I'm not listening to fucking ABBA. Leave me alone. Okay, bye.